Now what we need is a toothbrush. That's a heavy duty one right there. Some simple green cleaner. And the best thing to do is, if you're inside or kind of making a mess, is to use your brush and to bring in your vacuum cleaner. First thing you want to do with your vacuum cleaner is to try and get rid of the cobwebs. And look, there's see, there's a little piece of wheat right there. That's what we grow around here. And after we get all the loose stuff off, then I'll take my other toothbrushes here and my simple green, and we'll go over these little areas. It's really kind of nice because there's just no rust and no damage, and nothing is chewed up. And we'll go over it like that. And this is the dual brakes here. We have one goes to the left wheel and one goes to the right wheel, and I'll show you how to adjust those. I'll take this apart and take a look at it. But I'm going to go through and clean all these cables and then see what I'm looking at. And I'll keep going all the way back. And one thing I'd like to do is the bike pivots right here on this shock. And this shock is a standard 12mm bolt up here and up here. And it looks to me like it's almost a copy of the one I have on my Elite. And if that's the case, then what I can do is I can call up Hawaii, call up VT Cycles, and have them give me a high performance adjustable shock. If it's the same size and the same bolt holes here, then, and it'll probably be blue or something, really neat color, and I'll have them ship that to me if it's the same size, and install that when I go to order all my parts. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up. We'll see what we got. Now let me show you what I found as far as maintenance goes. That is a huge problem with this bike that I never knew before until I took a close look. Now let me explain to you how this rear brake works. It's very, very simple. We have one brake handle right up here. It has one cord that goes down through the guts. It comes down to this, what's called a splitter. Now in here is probably, well, I'll take it out, but it's a circle right here where the cord ends and two other wires start, and they go one to each wheel. This one will go to the left wheel and this one will go to the right wheel. Now there is no adjustments that what are you doing over there, cat? There is no adjustments that I found up on the brakes or at the splitter. They're all done. As you can follow the line down, let's follow this one. It goes to here underneath the tire and it comes back, and here's your adjustment right here. Now this has the same wire as we go to the other side, or cable, and you adjust it right here. And I'll show you how to adjust these back ones, and you can see right here it has the little adjuster that shows you if that adjuster needle hits the little rectangle right here, as same as our front one, as I explained on the front one right there. Your rectangle is right here, and if that adjuster hits that, well, after you've adjusted this, then you know the brakes are so far down that you need to replace them. But we'll go through and I'll show you how to adjust both sides perfectly. I tried to find some tires at monsterbike.com or whatever, and they have the tires except they're out of stock, and they email me back. They don't know when they're going to get any in. That tells me that I'm SOL, or in America that means shit out of luck. So hopefully they'll get some in. Now let me show you what I found. In this whole bike there is this very fine dirt, which is indicative of the wheat lands around here, and I'm a farmer. I farm wheat. Well, I own wheat land. I don't actually. Well, let's just say that it's better to own it than farm it. So I own it. Anyway, the dirt gets into everything, and I want to hear you bodymen out there, if you know anything, if you're out there, tell me what is the most corrosive element in nature. Okay? We're going to give you the count of 3. 1, water. Yeah, right. Water. You don't think so? Well, look in a look in any river and you'll find flat rocks because water has worn them down. The next thing that wears these things down is dirt. Now look here. Look at this pristine box. You see that big divot right there? Look at that. Now something did that. What did it was this cable right here. Now if you look on the other side, we got the same problem right there. Now if you look on the bottom, you can see, and this is a good thing to show you, you can see where the company has put on a primer, sealer, and then an enamel paint. And you can also see right up here where it's worn out, where the cable is gone underneath that. And the cable is, this cable is done right here. Now we follow the cable on up, and I noticed something really interesting right here. See if I can, if you look right in here against this black plastic light, you see all that light spots? That's where the cables have worn due to vibrations and things like that. That's okay up there, that's not a big problem. But down here, what this tells me is that this box moves forwards and backwards just a little bit. Now what they've done on the box is they put rubber underneath. Now that's saved the box. We call this, I'm going to call it a sacrificial anode. To anyone that knows anything about boats and electricity. I'm going to take some of that and I'm going to put it around these here. And I'm also going to route these maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll put a little ring right there so that these cannot touch here. Because this is going back and forth, and it's rubbing on that. Eventually it'll rub through these cables and trash them. And we can't have that because I don't know if I can get them replaced. So if you're doing a brake job on your gyro, take all your seat out and your all your plastics, and take a look at it, because I don't know how many are in that good a shape. The reason I tore all this down, there's one reason. This was bugging the absolute hell out of me. This right here. Now if you put regular paint on it, it doesn't do you any good, because your foot naturally is gonna hit here and rub this paint off. So what I'm gonna have to do is repaint this area, probably up to here. I'm not gonna repaint the whole, or up to here, I'm sorry, the whole frame. Then I'm gonna put it like a Varathane extra hard clear enamel on it, or maybe a gas tank clear, if I can find something like that. The kind of gas tank clear they used on the metal tanks years ago in the 70s, when your knees were right up against the tank and you were going back and forth rubbing the paint off. So that's where we are on the brakes so far. That's the first thing I found. I also found a whole bunch of dust up in here. And if you need something to really help you with cables, go out and get one of these mini bungee things. I carry 2 of these on the bike with me in case I have the rack up here and I need to tie something to it. I don't know, maybe I did a shoebox one time. But I put this little deal on here to hold this up out of the way. And I'm going to go through and clean everything. And you can see the problems here. This is where this white or black plate was right here. And it's got a rubbing problem. It's not really the plate though, it's the nitty-gritty dirt that's in it. But actually the dirt did a good job as far as it insulated the bike from a lot of weather. Okay, so that's how we adjust our brakes. In the next video, I'm going to take this apart and we'll take a look at it. So all of you gyro owners out there, if you want to see what one of these looks like torn apart, follow with me. If you like my videos, please watch some more. Thank you.